All right, Shalom. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Shemi Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. This is another Gmsatl phone talk. I'm gonna have some World War III news. I got an article that just got on my phone. Uh, Not even 10, 15 minutes ago. Um, Dealing with World War III. This is from Debka.com, and it's entitled "Russian Submarine with 20 ICBMs and 200 nuclear warheads is sailing to Syria." All right. It's dated yesterday afternoon, September 7th, 2015. It says the world's largest submarine, the Dmitry Donskoy TK-208 NATO-coded Typhoon, has set sail for the Mediterranean and is destined for the Syrian coast. Debka File reports exclusively from its military and intelligence sources. Aboard the sub are 20 Bulava NATO code SSN-30 intercontinental ballistic missiles with an estimated up to 200 nuclear warheads. All right. So basically, okay, you got these these subs with these ICBMs selling in Syria, and that's basically Russia. Because if you've been paying attention to the what's going on over there in Syria, um, dealing with that, Russia's basically going in there to set up their forces over there. All right. Meanwhile, you got the U.S. supposedly I think they're sending in different airstrikes to Syria in a claim to stop ISIS over there. So there's a lot of tension going on over there in Syria right now. And matter of fact, I'm gonna bring out a quote or a scripture real quick, a precept dealing with that. All right, we're dealing with America, Syria, um, and prophecy. All right, just bear with me for a second. This is the book of Second Nesbis in the Apocrypha, chapter 16, verse 1. It says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt." Right now, Babylon, that's America. All right, Asia, that you got China, North Korea, uh, South Korea, um, India is on the Asian continent. Okay, Russia's just above that. So these different countries and regions are prophesied in the Bible for destruction. All right, it says, "Woe, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria." Verse 2, "Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." All right, so this is the Most High through Ezra saying that he's going to bring destruction to these different places. And this is that tension that we're seeing being played out right now with these ICBMs, these nuclear missiles being and these subs um, being transported to Syria. Okay, so it says all right. It says aboard the sub are 20 Bulava intercontinental ballistic missiles with an estimated up to 200 nuclear warheads. Each missile, with a reported range of 10,000 kilometers, carries 6 to 10 MIRV nuclear warheads. The Russian sub set sail from its North Sea base on September 4th, escorted by 2 anti-sub warfare ships. The arrival at destination in 10 days' time will top up the new Russian military deployment in Syria. President Vladimir Putin's introduction of a nuclear force opposite Syrian shores builds up what first looked like an operation to fortify Assad's regime, and Assad, that's the president of Syria, okay? Um, to fortify Assad's regime in Damascus into a military expedition capable of an air and sea confrontation with U.S. forces in the Middle East. All right, so things are being set up like chess pieces, and that's how the Mossad is moving. It says U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry suggested as much Saturday, September 5th, when he expressed concern over reports of Russia's increasing military buildup in Syria in a phone call to Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. The State Department reported the Secretary made clear that if such reports were accurate, these actions could further escalate the conflict, lead to greater loss of innocent life, increase refugee flows, and risk confrontation with the anti-ISIL coalition operation in Syria. Kerry was referring to potential Russian interference with U.S.-led coalition airstrikes against the Islamic State in Syria. And that's what I was just saying. It says Debka file sources in Washington and Moscow report that the dispatch of a nuclear sub to Syrian waters is taken as a strong message that the Kremlin will not let the U.S. impede its military intervention in the Syrian conflict and will go to extreme lengths to keep the way open for the flow of Russian troops to the war-torn country. So that's that's the report we're getting them in. I don't know the exact effect of what's going to happen, but something it seems like something big is getting ready to brew up in Syria right now, and that's why I read that scripture in Second Ezra, because it's all prophecy. It's in the scriptures, so we just gotta be on the lookout and be on the watch. It says this situation has gone a long way beyond Obama administration intentions when U.S.-Russian talks were initially held for U.S. forces posted in Turkey and Iraq, together with the Russian troops arriving in Syria to launch a combined effort against the Islamic State. Those talks came to naught, right? And reason being, because when you read Ezekiel 38 chapter, it talks about Gog and Magog, which is Russia today. Evil thoughts shall come into your mind, because the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Shai, is stirring up the minds of these different world leaders to be first off mistrusting of each other, okay, and to gear up for war, okay. And it's coming issue out Friday, September 11th. Debka Weekly 678 will reveal for the first time how Putin intends to array the Russian forces he is consigning to Syria, their operational planning, the military coordination with Iran, and above all, how the new Russian intervention in Syria may impact U.S. Middle East policy in Israel. All right. So this is Ezekiel 38 taking place, and I'm gonna get that scripture. I have it up here. Ezekiel chapter 38, and start at verse 3. Bear with me for a second. It's Ezekiel 38, the third verse. It says, "And say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords." And that includes these different submarines transporting these intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay? It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Persia now, which is Iran, they're gaining nuclear missile technology. Okay, so are these different African countries, Ethiopia, Libya, uh, North Korea has them. All right, so the whole world is in the spirit of war. Verse 6: Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Verse 7: Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled. That's why you see them building up over there in Syria now with their military. Okay, which in Russia is known as the Kremlin. Okay, it says, Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou guard unto them. All right, so that's the prophecy that's taking place now. Gog and Magog is being prepared. All right, one more scripture I want to get is Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. Jeremiah 51 and start at verse 1. It says, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her. All right. And those fanners are those that control the nuclear missiles that when they hit the earth, the explosion is going to cause a wind. You know, because when you use a fan, all right, that creates that gust of wind, man. So the Most High say is gonna send fanners to Babylon, which is America, because like I said, ultimately America is going to be destroyed along with other parts of the earth, and also the whole land of Israel is going to be destroyed as well too. All right, it says, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Verse 3: Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. These are those that they have these nuclear missiles, which are like the arrows in the ancient world, right? But now we got these nuclear firepower weapons. It says, Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. All right. So that's what's going on, man. You got this nuclear submarine heading into Syria. Okay, this Russian submarine with over 200 nuclear warheads and 20 ICBMs. Okay, so World War III is definitely kicking off. All right, so with that, I'm gonna end it there. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Peace and blessing to the elect. Stay up. We almost out of here, as you can see. Lord willing, I'll see you on the next video. Shalom.